the library bar where you drink cocktails and you make cocktails. Now, let's say you're at a bar and you're drinking and you honestly do whatever. Okay, now you want to make drinks. They go into the bar and they don't know what to do. So that's why you have me. So I'm going to firstly teach you about how to use the garnish knife, and then I'm going to help you use the shaker. Alright, if this is your first time bartending, this could be pretty difficult, but the big main facts of the bar is this is the cobble shaker. You can see the main, the base, the strainer, and the top. Now, this right here is the pitcher. This one is called the Boston shaker. Now, the only difference that these three things that you can use is that this could be used for ice and shake, dry shake, and stirred. This specifically is only for stirred cocktails, and this one could be used just as the same as the cobble shaker. Now, for an example of a shooken drink, we're gonna go ahead and start with a Killer Bee. Now, to shake a drink, you're gonna go ahead and scoop up your ice, pour it into your shaker. You're gonna grab the top of it, make sure it looks like this for the Boston shaker. You're gonna put it on top. You can either shake in a circular motion or this way motion. Until it says mix successful, then you should be finished. Once it says mix successful, that means your drink is finished and it's ready to do. Now, if you can't find your strainer, which is the most common part of bartending, you're going to go ahead and press your trigger button on the shaker, on the hand you have on. You're going to see that these things spawn. You're going to put them down. See, now, this is the most common part that people make. They think that once you're done with your drink, you can just pour it in. No. It's required to put the strainer on top of the Boston shaker, and then you're able to pour it in like that with these. Now, you may be asking, how do I use the cobble shaker? It could be pretty time consuming, but it's mostly recommended for the newest bartenders. So we're gonna go ahead and make a Blue Moon. Now, to shake, you go ahead and put in your ice. Now, you're going to grab your strainer, you put it on top, then you grab the tippy top of it, like that. Like I said, you can go in circular motion, you can go up and down. As long as you hear that shaking noise, then that's how you know you're shaking. Like I said, until it says mix successful, you're going to go ahead and take off the top, put it down. And you're gonna go ahead and grab your cup and pour it in like that. Perfectly. Now, these are examples. Unfortunately, you cannot freestyle with cocktails. Now, the other way to make cocktails is with the pitcher. Now, specifically, the pitcher is always going to be used for stirred drinks. For an example, I'm going to go ahead and make a tequila sunrise. Now, to stir drinks, you're going to go ahead and grab your scoop of ice, put it in, you grab your spoon. Listen, here's one thing. If this spoon right here does not work and you do not hear the stirring noise, you're always free to be able to use this spoon. So it doesn't matter which spoon you use, either one of them won't work and you have to use the other one. So you're going to keep on stirring until you hear the mix successful. Once you hear the mix successful, you're going to find that this is the top of the pitcher strainer. It does not have a cap to it, it only has a strainer. You're going to go ahead and pour it into your glass, just like that. Exactly just like that. So we're going to go ahead and start on a dry shake drink. So we're going to go ahead and make a melon sour. Now, important thing to remember, if you're gonna dry shake something, it is extremely required to use egg white in order for it to dry shake. So when you're going to dry shake, you're not gonna scoop any ice at all. You're just gonna go ahead and put the cap on. You're gonna keep shaking it until it says dry shake. Alright, so now, once it says dry shake, you're gonna go ahead and grab a scoop of ice. You're gonna pour it in there. Then you're gonna go ahead and put on the top of the shaker. You're gonna shake it until it says mix successful. Now that it says mix successful, you're gonna go ahead and get your strainer. And this is non-sour. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and teach you the ways of the garnishes. If you want the usual wedges that you usually have, you're not going to use the knife, but the knife is going to be used for fixing the garnishes. For an example, let's say you don't want a lime wedge. I don't really want a lime wedge. I actually want a lime wheel. You're going to grab the knife, you're going to put it up to the lime, you're going to put it up, do which one you want. Actually, let's say I just want a spiral. You're going to go ahead and have it on spiral. Boom. So it goes for lemons, oranges, limes, I'm sure grapefruit. Yes, grapefruit. And these are the ones you're able to do it with. Now on the station right here, it'll have olives. But if you knew, you're able to use the knife to make them into others. Got a lime with cherry. Also got this. Also 2 cherries. Now, this is where the big question comes in. Do you really want to change your ice? Do you want a circle ice? No, I don't. Do I want a square ice? I sure do. So you're able to change the ice by going like this with the knife and the ice changer. To find the ice changer, it's right here. Now, little fun fact, if you grab the ice, you put it in with the whiskey stones, you're actually able to put it in there and there's actual whiskey stones. So that's how you do the garnishing. Also, garnishes are also right here with roses, hibiscus flowers. There's so many more that you could garnish with. Also with the salts, especially with the mints and all these garnishes that you can use, especially the coffee beans. They're really good with espresso martinis. So, little did you know, you can also lit stuff on fire by just grabbing the rum 151, which is down here in the box. And you go ahead and round it in front of your cup. Then you're gonna turn on the torch, and it turns on fire like that. If you want to smoke something, you're gonna grab the smoker, which is back here. You're gonna put it on top of anything. Put the fire on top. So if it's smoking, put it down. See, look at that. Smoke. So that is the tutorial of how to use the shakers and garnishes.